Flosstube, it's Jen from Jen's Stitching Niche. I'm back for an update video. Today is Tuesday, May 18th. It's been a little over a week since my last video, so thank you for those of you returning and welcome to those of you that are new to my channel. I'm back in my craft room, so it's been a while since I've recorded in my craft room. You'll notice a little bit of change over here. There used to be a quilt square, and so that's gone. I've got some progress on that to share later. And so I just have moved some of my other charts. So this is Bounty Sampler by Plum Street. So that was a 2020 finish. And then this is Thine is the Trick or the Treat by Prairie Moon. I can't remember when I finished that one. Did I write it up there? 2018. So, and then a couple of other things. It's been a while. So this is Grace Bridges by Stacy Nash. I love this one. I can remember when that first came out. This is one of Teresa's charts. I forget what that one's called. Buscurium. That's that one. It's a Mirabilia that was in a magazine. This is a Mill Hill. That's a Shepherd's Bush. Scatter Pumpkins, I think. Primitive Needle and Primitive Needle. You can't get these anymore. What else is behind me? You can't really see that. That is, what is that? Midnight Watch, maybe. And then right behind me is a couple of other things. That's Plum Street. I don't remember the name of that. That was in a magazine, I think. And then this is a Chessie and Me piece. So I've talked about them in previous videos as well. This is my quilting area. I have quite a bit to share with quilting because that's what my main focus has been this week. So I'll talk about that towards the end of the video. But life update, not much is going on. Been at home most of this week. I didn't even go grocery shopping this week, so it's been a nice calm week. This weekend we worked really hard in the yard. We got we picked peaches, which was exciting. I put up 6 quarts of peaches. We worked on flower beds that needed some clean out. We still have quite a bit of that to do. We my younger son and I built a run for our chickens to keep them away from the house and to keep the hawks from attacking them. We've lost quite a few chickens because of hawks. And there were 4 hawks making all kinds of racket the other day. Like when we were in the process of building the chicken run, I told my husband, I said, I think they're mocking me because there were like 4 of them flying around near our garden where the chicken run is. So, but anyway, that was our progress for the week. If you hear any snoring, Sally is right over here. She's on cue right now. She has a big bed in my craft room and she is completely relaxed. So that was my life update. Semester starts next week for the summer. Didn't know that. Planned a vacation. Fortunately, I'm teaching 2 online classes so I can do those anywhere, including Orlando, because we're leaving Sunday for Orlando. I'm only teaching 1 class in June and another class in July, so that's kind of nice. I have everything set up, though. I have to do 1 more recording. I'll do that. I'll do that tomorrow or probably tomorrow. I don't need to record in my... I mean, it is summer. I always dress more casual when I teach my summer classes, but I have to do a welcome video for that class. But otherwise, it's going to be a nice, calm summer. I'm so excited. And let's see. I guess that's enough of life update. Now let's get to stitching. So I'm participating in Maynia. My last video I shared May 1st through May 8th. And today I'm going to start with May 9th. And I think I've shown some of this in my previous videos. So May 9th, I started Summer Whirligig by Heart and Hand. And I'm stitching it on a piece of 32 count, just kind of natural linen from my stash. And I actually finished it last night. So it is so cute. And I'm going to finish it in one of these little tarts. I don't have the cloche, but I do have the little tart pan. So that is one start and finish for Maynia. On May 10th, I started Berry Keeper by Brenda Gervais. And I mentioned this in my last video. All of this is over 1. So I'm stitching it on a piece of 28 count mushroom Lugana over 1, which means I will probably keep this in my Maynia plans for a couple of years. But that's my progress. And I only stitched on it for that one night. On May 11th, I started another Brenda Gervais, Where Liberty Dwells. And I'm stitching this one. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this because I'm stitching it on a piece of 40 count Confederate Gray from Weeks. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm not enjoying this at all. So I may restart that one. Now, May 12th was a previous Maynia. So I'm working on the Autumn at Hawkrun Hollow, and I'm working on the second block here. And before the 12th, I just had a little bit done. So I got some progress. I mainly put in the crows, those leaves at the top, and the cat. And then I outlined some of the barn. Started on the roof. So this is on 36 count straw, I believe. R&R fabric. On May 13th, I started a new Brenda Gervais. This is Strawberries and Stripes. And I actually started and finished it on the same day. So there is Strawberries and Stripes. It's so cute. And I'm going to finish this as a pincushion. I have some little wooden bowls that I got at Target, I believe, that I'm going to finish it in. And then on May 14th, I started Brambleberry Bunting. And I was so motivated because I started and finished the Strawberries and Stripes. I just knew I was going to do the same thing. But I was watching Blacklist and got distracted. So there's my progress. Not too much more to go. I'll probably take this on my trip with, sorry, my cuticles look horrible. Anyway, I will probably take this on my trip. And then on May 15th, I did not cross stitch, or I did not start anything new. I was supposed to start the monthly sampler from Country Cottage Needleworks, but I don't have the chart. And I don't know what I worked on. Maybe I worked on, I don't know what I did. I know what I did. I worked on my quilt, which I'll share that with you in a little bit. And then on May 16th, I started the Spring Whirligig from Heart and Hand, and I actually finished it last night. So cute. It's on the same linen as the Summer Whirligig, so it will be finished in a similar way. And then May 17th, I was supposed to start Harrietta and Company by Brenda Gervais, but I didn't because I was working on the 2 Whirligigs. I didn't want to start anything new. All right, so let's talk about my plans for the next week of Maynia. This week I have one old Maynia project from last year that I started, and then the rest is all new starts for Maynia 2021. So today my focus will be on the Little Witch, which was a kit from Shepherd's Bush. I think I picked this up at the Cross Stitch Peddler in Alabama, and I started it last year and had to take out a lot because I kept making mistakes, but that will be my focus today. And again, this is a kit. It came with everything that you need for this piece. And I mean, I enjoy stitching it. Maybe I'll get more progress done. And then tomorrow I will start a new project that I have been wanting to start since I saw this chart. It's so beautiful. It's Bluebird Garden by Artful Offerings. So pretty. I love that pattern in the body. And then on the 20th, it's a Brenda Gervais, a new start from Brenda Gervais. And this is where you're going to see a theme through the rest of this week. So, very cute. On the 21st, I will start Holiday Hoopla Easter from Brenda Gervais. On the 22nd, I will stitch on or start Spring Delivery by Scattered Seed Samplers. So I finished the Spring Gathering, the other one in this series. Those little chickens. And then the 23rd and the 24th, I'm going to work on these bunnies. So these were released by Cross Stitch and Needlework in a magazine, Cross Stitch and Needlework, in 2000. And I probably stitched on these during that year. I started and finished the spring and the summer. And I have held on to those for 21 years that I've been wanting to work on these. So I'm going to start the Winter Bunny on the 23rd, which is this guy here. And then on the 24th, I'm going to start the Autumn Bunny. And I stitched these on Aida. I have the pieces cut out, so I'll do the same thing. I'll just stitch these on a piece of white Aida so they'll go with the other two. And my plan at that point was to frame them. I don't know. I may make them as little pillows. Who knows? We'll see. But I've had these in my to-do box for 21 years, so it's time to get them done. So that's my Maynia plans. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do anything else. I have plans for the 25th through the 31st, but I don't know if I'm going to work on any of those because we're leaving on the 23rd. I will take some of these, the 23rd and the 24th, starts with me on our trip, but I don't know if I'm going to do anything else. I may not take anything else with me. We'll see. I have a couple of Priscilla and Chelsea charts, the seed charts that I really want to do, but we'll see. You'll find out when I do my next video what my plans are. So other than the cross stitching, I've been doing a lot of work on quilts, so I'm going to share that with you. So if you're not interested in quilts, I'm not going to talk about any cross stitching after this. Well, let me do this. Let me go ahead and talk about the giveaways from last week, and then I'll talk about my giveaway for this week. So last week, there were two charts. Did I bring them out? Yeah. It was Kringles and the Spring Bunnies, or just bunnies. So the Kringles chart goes to Karen Bay, B-E-I-G-H. And then the bunnies chart goes to Donna Dorman. And Donna has commented on, I think, every one of my videos, so I was excited to see that. So Donna, you're getting the bunnies, and Karen, you're getting the Kringles. So I'll put my email here, so if you'll just email me and let me know your address, I will get those mailed to you. So I have to mail last week's giveaway, and these, I'll do that by Friday, so if I hear from them, okay? And then this week, I'm going to do a giveaway of the Song of the Season. This was a 3-part mystery sampler that Little House Needleworks did. When was this? 2013. So there's 3 parts, and I've got 3 copies of it. So if you're interested in winning this set, so each set has all 3 parts to it, just say seasons in your comment. And again, please don't say anything about a giveaway. Thank you for giving that away. Anything like that, just please don't. You have to be 18. That's pretty much it. So, and you have to watch my next video to find out if you're a winner, because that's how I notify people. So, it's really cute. Once you see the full, that's the full piece. Okay? All right. So again, if you're not interested in quilting, I'm going to move on to quilting at this point. Okay, so quilting. Like I talked about in my last video, I love the piecing of the quilts. I don't like the actual quilting process. So I like to sew all the pieces together, make the blocks, do the whole top, and then send it to somebody else to sew the sandwich together. So on my last video, I was showing a quilt that I've been working on since 2018. And in my old videos, the first block hung right here. I just pinned it to the wall. And then this past semester, this past few months, I decided I was going to get this quilt done because I've bought a bunch of other quilt projects that I want to get to, and I don't need the guilt of an existing quilt staring at me. So I've worked really hard and I got it completed. Hopefully in the next week or so, the person that does my quilting will have the quilts that I sent off last month ready, and I will have this one ready for her to go. So I'm going to show you the finished piece, and I'm so happy with it. Make sure I have it right side up. Nope, nope. Okay, so here it is. Y'all like my shirt? Team Reagan. Okay, so this was the block that I had to finish. I had to do the applique of the vine, so that's done. That's the winter block. There's the summer, the one that was hanging up for so long. And then we have autumn. Get it in there for you to see. And then spring. So pretty. So I'll put a picture that I took of it laying out on so you can see the whole thing. But I am so happy with this. This was the 2018 Seasonal Mystery Quilt from Primitive Quilts and Projects magazine. So that was a finish. That makes me super happy. And now I can focus on some other projects. Okay, so this week I've been focusing on 2 other quilts that I have purchased the materials to make through Stitcher's Heaven, excuse me, in Texas. So in my previous video, I showed the Farm Girl Vintage quilt from Lori Holt that I did through Stitcher's Heaven as a Block of the Month club. So they would send me 6 blocks, the materials to make 6 blocks each month over the course of 9 months. I think that's the way we did it, or 10 months. And then the 11th and 12th month, they sent the sashing so you could put the whole thing together. I think that's the way we did it. It's over 12 months. And I really enjoyed it. So after I was about halfway through that quilt, they opened the Farm Girl Vintage 2 and the Vintage Christmas Block of the Months. They're not available right now, but you just watch their website, and they open new quilt Block of the Month clubs all the time. So this past week, I decided I needed to catch up on the Farm Girl Vintage 2. So I'm in a group that started in February. So I had February, March, April blocks just sitting around, the kits to do these. So I decided I was going to work on this set. And in this case, we get 5 blocks because Farm Girl Vintage 1 was just 6-inch blocks, and we did the whole, each one was the same size. But you can see in this one, you've got different sizes. So these are 12-inch and these are 6-inch. And this is going to be adorable when I finish it. I'm so excited. So I worked really hard. I had 3 months worth of blocks that I hadn't even started. So I guess it was maybe Wednesday of last week. I decided I was going to start working on these and get as much done before the May blocks came in. Well, the May blocks came in on Saturday. So the way they look, you get a bag and it's each set. So they label it and you've got all of your fabrics and you have plenty of fabric. If you make a mistake, you've got enough to, make corrections. So I have been very impressed with Stitcher's Heaven and how these blocks work. They give you more than enough. So, do you want to see what I've been working on? Where did I put them? I saw them in there it is. Okay. So, here are the blocks that I have finished. This is a zinnia. And then some of these I had to make 2 blocks. So I made 2 of these. and 2 of these. This have little pieces of thread everywhere. This is the little tulips. Made 2 of these. And here's the busy beehive. Isn't that cute? Made 2 of these. I love those colors. And 2 of these. And then I got to work on some of the 12-inch squares. So here's the barn cat. I just finished him. And I haven't done any of the embroidery, so I have to do some embroidery to make the face. And then the autumn pumpkin. And baked with love. So I was working on this morning too, and I had this part done, and my 21-year-old son came in. I'm like, look, isn't it cute? And he just kind of looked at me, and I'm like, it's a pie. He goes, oh, it looked like a woman wearing a very tight dress. I was like, I will never see it any other way. Thank you, Nicholas. But it's supposed to be a pie. So that is my progress on that quilt. And like I said, on Saturday, I got the next 6, and I'm not going to, you know, as long as I get these done by the 15th of June, I'll be up to date. And the other quilt that I'm working on through the Block of the Month Club is the Vintage Christmas, another Lori Holt. I love her quilts. And these books are fabulous because following the instructions, you just do exactly what she tells you to do and your blocks look great. And I am way behind on this one. I think the last May was the 6th month, and I have done none of this. Well, actually, that's not true. I've done 2 blocks. I just started working on these. So I have the Way in the Manger. So I have to do the embroidery, the little lines from the star. I actually have 3. Candy canes. And this little peppermint candy. So I have 3 of the first 6 blocks. And again, you get a set each month. It comes labeled with the month, and then it tells you which of the quilt blocks that you need to look for in the book. Now you have to buy your pattern separately, but in this case they even let you know how much of the backing fabric. So I went ahead and bought my backing fabric and have that all together. And then I keep everything in these boxes that you get in the scrapbook section at the craft stores. So this is how I store my quilt kits. So again, everything fits in there, and I need to empty some of these because I want to buy some more quilts. I'm going on a road trip in June with a friend, and we're going up to Iowa, and I don't know if you've watched Kindred Stitcher's latest video, but she went with Michelle Rudy and some friends, Lori, to a quilt shop that I have been wanting to visit for some time. It's the Little Red Hen. I'm part of their Facebook group. They have a Woolly Mystery Club on Facebook from the Little Red Hen, and I've been a part of that for a few years, and I've wanted to go to their quilt shop forever. I was in Iowa in 2018, and I had to make a decision of either going to Little Red Hen or going up to Spring Green, and I decided to go to Spring Green. Well, we're going to Little Red Hen when we go up to Iowa in June, so I'm excited about that. And watching their videos has me even more excited about going to that quilt shop. But I need to get some quilts finished so I don't feel guilty. I don't need to buy anything else. Need and want are 2 different things, right? Okay, I think that is everything that I had to share. If you have any questions, just make comments below. I don't think I had any major questions from my last video. Oh, someone asked about one of the pieces that's hanging up down in my dining room where I recorded, and that is a friendship sampler from, no, what is that called? It's one of Teresa's Jenny Bean sampler. It's either the friendship sampler or I will put the name of it here, but it's one of the Jenny Bean samplers, and it is really pretty. So otherwise, I hope you all have a really great weekend, a really good Memorial Day. I won't record again until we get back from Orlando, which will be on the 30th. So probably the 31st before I record again. So enjoy the rest of May, and I hope you get a lot of stitching done. Thanks.